What's going on, guys? It's Luke here. This is how we made $2,400 day trading NQ. We had a break even trade, and then we had a winner on NQ. I also had another break even on shorts, but these are the main two I'm just going to go over. Anyway, executions on this trade are in the Discord, and the profit and loss and all that stuff. I'll post the other executions later. I'm just going to get all this stuff done. So anyway, I'm going to run through the first trade, and then we'll go through the second trade. So coming into the day today, we had an SMT off the highs, but we had draws on liquidity both ways. We had London high, previous day high, and previous week's high up here. And then for sell side, we had Asia low, we had Monday New York PM low, and all these lows leading into this 4-hour gap. So I kind of just wanted to see a clear manipulation, and then I wanted to see what we could catch from there, right? So right off open, we initially came down and swept lows, and right, where was it? Yeah, so we had kind of an SMT forming off the lows. I think it was ES swept the Asia low, NQ never swept the Asia low. So we were looking for longs in here, but I tried to get in here, but I just didn't like how price action was moving, and then I figured we would get a lower manipulation. So then from there, price ends up manipulating below Asia low. So at this point, we have our higher time frame liquidity sweep. We have draws higher at these AM highs, and then from beyond that, we have London high, previous day high, previous week's high, all that stuff like that. So at this point, I was scaling down and just basically looking for an entry. So at this point, I really didn't see too much on the 5-minute, nothing really on the 4 or the 3-minute, and then the 2-minute, I didn't really see anything, and then the same with the 1-minute. So I ended up entering pretty much just on this breakout candle right here, stops below the wick. I also noticed, and another reason why I liked this trade was because it was delivering out of this 15-minute first presented gap right here. As you can see, it wicked right into it. So again, we swept out Asia low. We swept out sell side liquidity. We want to see a run up to take out these relative equal highs. We have AM highs. We have all this buy side liquidity up here. So I just pretty much entered with the momentum. I seen us breaking out up here. Breakout candle. Entry was around 23,821. Stops below here. It was going to be take profit 1. I was pretty much just going to leave it all the way up to previous day high just to get a decent risk to reward. So it would have been about 1.6. And if I left it to previous week's high, it would have been just under 2R. But as soon as we got into profit, again, I wanted to hold till AM high as take profit 1, where I would move my stop loss to break even. But as soon as we put in this SMT off the highs, I locked in my stop loss at break even, and then the rest of our position got stopped out break even here, because as you can see, NQ failed to put in a new high, and then we look at ES. ES put in a new high, so therefore we had a bearish SMT off the highs. I thought it was smart to move stop loss to break even just to avoid getting stopped out by that SMT, and luckily we did. Managed it on time, and then we got stopped out break even. From there, I seen that order flow was continuously being respected bearish, and now we had an SMT off the highs, right? So we had a 5-minute bearish SMT, and now for draws on liquidity, we had this low right here, which was now our AM low. We had Monday New York PM low, and then beyond that, we also had this old London low, this hourly low leading into this 4-hour gap. But my idea was for Monday New York PM low, because if a bullish SMT wanted to form, you know what I mean, this would be a safe target for us to take profit. So basically I scaled down, and I seen order flow in the lower time frame was being respected bearish. And on the 3-minute, after we put in this SMT, we had a move down, and price was respecting this 3-minute bearish fair value gap right here. And I wanted to enter over here, but then we had this 3-minute bullish gap, which was our highest time frame inversion. Like, so if you go on the 5-minute, you don't see anything. On the 4-minute, you go to the 3-minute, you have this 3-minute bullish FEG. So in order for me to want to short this, I want to see this 3-minute gap get inversed. So we finally inverse it on this candle right here at 1024. We poke back in, and we get a retest. So my entry was basically on this 1-minute close right here at 1030. On this bearish close, I seen that we were respecting out of a 3-minute inverted fair value gap. I'm like, order flows bearish. We have an SMT off the highs. We have draws lower at this AM low, Monday New York PM low, and then potentially we can run it lower and see if the momentum wants to continue to carry price down lower, right? So on the 3-minute, enter off the retrace. As soon as we crack below these lows right here, I move my stop loss to break even, and I just take one take profit. I was going to take profit at the Monday New York PM low, but bearish momentum kept continuing, and I ended up closing it at around these lows right here. So 23,743. So total trade was about 1.92R, and this netted us about 2,400 or so across the 3 accounts that we used. So pretty good trade. Again, break even longs here off the Asia low sweep. trying to see price come up and take out AM highs and previous day highs, but we move our stop loss to break even after this bearish SMT is put in. Second trade, we see that bearish SMT, we enter 3-minute order flow is being respected bearish. We have that 3-minute gap, 3-minute inverse to the downside. As you can see right here, we enter off the retrace and we're targeting the next draws on liquidity, which is the Monday New York PM low. End up taking profits just a little bit lower, but yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We have a pretty good rest of the week. We have PPI tomorrow and then CPI the day after, so should be a good trading week. And that's gonna wrap it up for me. If you guys are interested in joining the Discord, link will be in the pinned comment and the description. Mentorship links in the description as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.